Let's just use one last name and we'll wrap this up. Another form of Shiva that we see, which is very different from all this, by the way. Different from all this is Nataraja. Nata, Natya means dance. Raja is the king of dance. So then you have to ask yourself, what exactly is dance to start with? Is it just jumping around, or is actual dance something else? When we talk of Natya, Natya and Sangeeta are intertwined. There is no dance without music. You can have music without dance, but you cannot have dance without music, right? So that nada, that music, that is created by the divine. And in this case, in case of Shiva, the nada that it creates is Damaru. Damaru, in case you don't know, is like a small drum. So when you think, it's a very, just like Shankanada, they all do different things. Damaru, that happens actually at the time of dissolving of the universe. Now it's not just the universe, you say, so you have to wait for Mahapralaya for this to happen and for Shiva to indulge in cosmic dance. No, at the end of every single thing, if it has to happen in a good way, because when things come apart, it is the Panchabhutas that are brought together that actually creates something. Even our Sharira, made of the Panchabhuta. Even in the Vedas, the thing is that death is not the end of something, it is actually transformation. And the transformation is this Deha that I have made up of the Panchabhutas actually returned back to the five Panchabhutas, right? So at that time, when that happens, that's why, when like you go to cremation ground or something, they call it Rudra Bhumi, right? Because that is where our Pancha Bhautika Deha, that is the body made up of the five elements, return back to the five elements, and the Jiva is liberated, is no longer bound in this thing. So at that time, Shiva, who is the one of, Shiva and Parvati, like I said before, they also created as Panchabhutas. So at that time, they create this divine sound which comes from the Damaru. And it is something that is joyful, it's not something sad. Because every single thing that starts has to have an end. Anything we do, not just about our birth and death, but every single thing we do, everything, nothing is Ananta, only God is Ananta. Everything has an Anta, everything has an end. It has a beginning, there's a Adi and there's a Anta. There's a beginning, sustenance and end. And that end also has to happen in a very good way, not in a bad way. And that is why Rudra is there in Rudra Bhumi. But even in our own lives, when something that comes to an end, at that time, this cosmic dance has to be played. And when you actually do upasana of Shiva, the joyful end is what will come. Instead of a miserable end, instead of a sad end, it will be a joyful dancing type of end. That is what will come. And that is why he is called Nataraja.